Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the 100, this episode 11 of the second season. Hopefully guys have been enjoying the series so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just press it, put the password in and enjoy. Speaking about links in the description, we are running our most liked and disliked characters of this season, where you can obviously choose your favourite or the person that's really got on your nerves the most. It takes 30 seconds and your results and mine will be shown in the final episode, so I can't wait to see that one. So thanks very much in advance. Now, it looks like Clark, she's working well with the grounders. You know, there's some of them, like Indra, she's not really a big fan of her, and she's still kind of wary, doesn't really want to have this sort of truce between them. But you've also had Lexa, who has kind of like accepted Clark and her people, and she's willing to do this so that they can infiltrate Mount Weather and they can take them down. Now, we've learned some interesting information, obviously, about Mount Weather, that they want to use the 47 to drill into the bone marrow to obviously feed it to their people to make them be able to walk on the earth. Now Dante, he doesn't actually want to do that, the president, but his son, you know, he kind of wants to, and the doctor's kind of going against it as well. So Cage and the doctor, they're doing one thing, Dante's trying to say the other, so there's going to be a conflict of interest there. You know, we've learned that they have got the weapon of the fog. They're the one that releases the gas into the atmosphere that actually, you know, kills people. So again, that's very interesting. And they're creating the Reapers that go around and capture the grounders. So they're quite heavily involved. Dante, you know, like I said, he doesn't really want to use and kill the 47 where the other people do. They believe that's their best way of going back to the ground. So it's going to be interesting to see there. Army's getting ramped up. We see them training, didn't we, at Camp Jaha. Now, while they was there, you know, they was offered to use weapons and they didn't actually use them. Indra was fuming that one of them was considering it, and Octavia actually said something like they believe that if they actually use some sort of weapons in terms of like guns, then the mountain men will come after them. So that's why they stick to handheld combat, you know, knives and swords and stuff. Now, speaking of Octavia, she was fighting, she was learning, she was training, she was getting beaten up, she was never giving up. And Indra had to come in and step in the way and say enough is enough. She actually earned her respect. This is what I was saying about Abby, for example. Abby demands respect. She feels like, because I'm the person that's nominated in charge, I deserve respect from everybody. Everybody should listen to me. I make the correct decisions. They're my people. It's my camp. It's not Abby. You fall into a position because you do actions and people respect it and say, that's a leader. That's good. I like what she's doing. She's earned my respect. And that's what Octavia done. Because she was never giving up and willing to learn. And you know what she said, mate? What don't kill you makes you stronger. Indra actually come over and said, I'm actually looking for a second in command. You know, I need one. I'm willing to teach you the way of the fist, so to speak. So she actually accepted it, and I'm actually really excited for it because Kane wanted to use her then to infiltrate the grounders and gather information, and she didn't want to do that. The same way, like, I feel like Abby thinks that Clark owes her life to like the Clark and to the Ark, and like her mum. I know it's a mum, but like she thinks that she's like knows everything, and she doesn't, and she kind of undermines Lexa and Clark, thinking that she knows best for them and they're young. Yeah, they're the ones that have been here on the ground and they know everything about it and they've experienced it and they've had the battle scars and they've killed people. And I'm fully on Clark's side. Sometimes I don't always want to champion the main character, to be honest. I hate it how it drags me in, but I feel like she's making great decisions, and I feel like Abby's just demanding people respect her without doing something, doing an action that makes me think, ooh, that was good. But Clark's been doing that all season, so I'm excited to see where we go with her as well. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode. That's just normal water they're spraying him with. Ooh. Yo, what have they just shot him with there? I bet he's thinking, man, I didn't expect it to be like this. I like that start.
Monty's been missing for 2 days, or for longer than that. We both know where they are.
You have to look like there's nothing wrong.
You can literally ask a question, where's my friend? Because that's just a standard question. It doesn't show that you know what's happening to them.
Make that shot.
Why are we stopping?
You need to drink too. I know you don't think you need my protection anymore. You have to trust that I know what's right for us.
There's your shot. Crosswind.
Oh. Oh, he's been shot. What's happened to that guy? Oh, here she is, mate, Octavia.
weather. We need to keep him alive.
Oh, she's probably right, Clark. I feel like Octavia's got the strength to kill him, though. I feel like she's turning into a grounder. Oh, it's a proper hit job. You see what I was saying there about people making smart decisions? I feel like Clark's doing a lot of those ones. Finn is a prime example. She saved him from all that suffering. Okay, she killed him. He's going to die anyway. She couldn't have saved him from that, so she ended it fast. I thought that that would have been a great way to show that you're progressing, killing him just then. But she was right, you know, save him, because right now, he's kind of their only connection to Mount Weather and they can utilise him. I don't know how, but they could question him, torture him, try and get info. So she probably was right there. And again, right, this is where I talk about respect. Clark's earned, like, the Grounders' respect, and Abe saying, you need to trust me that I know what's right for our people. But my question is to you, Abe, what have you done to show that you are making the right decisions? You've locked Jaha up, you know, you're not agreeing with Kane. You're kind of like a lone wolf deciding that you're right and it's your way of the highway, so to speak. That's why Jaha left last episode. Do you know what I'm saying? So until you do something that's demanding and like shows that you've got the power and you're correct, I'm going to be kind of following Clark, if I'm being honest. That's just me.
I need to get out of this cage.
And then what?
Then I'll kill everyone in this mountain.
Can we talk? My friends, tell me where they are.
You lied about Maya's accident. I don't even know how many lies you told about Clark.
It's gone rogue.
You're gonna tell me the truth.
I did lie to you about Clark. I'm trying to protect you, Jasper, all of you.
Oh, quick turn of events.
This is not a toy. Let's take a walk.
Where?
To find your friends.
See, what's interesting about that is he actually doesn't have any part to play in the kidnapping. I don't think he knows what's going on with the bone transfer. I mean, he knows that it was a possibility, but he rejected it. And I was saying in the start, conflict of interests or conflicting opinions. He wants one thing, his son and the doctor want another. And it's like, who's going to win? Do you know what I mean? So I've always said that he's not seen that bad. And I liked what he's doing there. And Jasper's acting's good. Double tears down his eyes, literally.
There was a tear in his soup and we fixed it in the field.
Well, how can we treat a guy if we can't touch him?
I can rig up some scrubbers in an airlock. Give me 20 minutes.
A killer lives while a warrior dies.
I'm sorry, Indra, but he can help us beat Mount Weather.
Then let me make him talk. You people are so weak.
I don't think it's weak to get somebody to stay alive to try and give you information so you can save your own people.
Someone tried to kill you today. It's okay if you're upset.
Just another day on the ground.
We got us a live one.
Lammy's just saved her life. He actually has just saved her. They're so overpowered, them electricity things that they have. What's she looking at there, the times?
25-minute treatment, that's gotta be a record.
Right, so 25 minutes it's took to, what, heal somebody? That's crazy.
You're from the Ark. Do you know Jasper?
How does he know her name? Who would have told him? Clark, probably, but why?
He's dead.
So he is.
Oh, he didn't even wait for both legs to get uncuffed. Oh, is that not just going to give him what? Oh, she stabbed him. Yes, Grounder. Oh, look at his face, mate. Had to be done, Maya. You're committed now, you're all in. Oh, he could dress up as a guard, couldn't he? Oh, do you know what, right? That was pretty good. And if you look at that, it was a team effort, wasn't it? It was the three factions. You had the Grounders, you had, obviously, the Sky people, and you had the Mount Weather people, whatever you want to say. All three of them, she helped stab him, get the gun. She helped grab his arm, and then he strangled him. What a team effort. Now, what I would do is I would dress up as him. I would go there. I would try to walk around the facility and see if I could bump into anyone. Or Maya could take me to them. Now, I know that people could catch me and say stuff, but, you know, the odds on that really happening, I don't know. It's slim getting caught walking around in the uniform because he has a hat and stuff, so like he can kind of just keep his head down. But I would pop the padlocks off of all of these people from the from the Grounders, and if I was them, I would run. You know, they've got that service hatch, haven't they? It's only literally right next to him where they dump the bodies. I would slide down that into the skip and then I would be off on my merry way, me. I would be getting as far away as possible. Now, obviously, he's got to stay. His purpose there is to infiltrate, get the information, speak back to the Ark and tell him that, you know, he's there and he's okay. And they're hoping for that. So that was good. And isn't it interesting that Maya has become a pivotal part in this? Without her help, they wouldn't have got the sledgehammer into that wall. She set the alarm off, you know, she told them where the location was. She helped them get that broadcast out. I know Monty went up and he done the little thing on the computer so he could take down the jammer, but she's helped loads of times. She was the one that come in and showed them the cages. She had the letters and she was talking and, you know, telling them things. She's committed, she's gone all in, and I hope she gets rewarded and actually stays in the show after it, because she's been a good little addition. And also I like her and Jasper's connection.
Our blood heals them. It's incredible.
Yeah, that's what the kids on Mount Weather are in trouble.
My kid is in trouble. The Grounders look at her like she's our leader.
She is your leader, though.
Now Mount Weather does too.
He's been a guard once on the Ark. Could be one now here.
Done enough.
I'm in.
Of course you're all in, mate. We love to see it. Now he's got to take that name tag off, because clearly somebody will know who that man is.
Everyone here.
Yes, Maya. Told you he had a hat. Get the hat on as well, see? Hide your face a little bit.
How do you know what my name was before I told you?
Clark said Jasper couldn't stop talking about someone named Maya. Come back for you. I promise.
See, I believe that he has that intention, but something always gets in the way and stops you.
President,
Put that down. Release him.
the ground is our birthright. You can't keep us from that.
Watch me. Go back to the dorm and tell your friends to pack their things. You're going home.
He's not gonna talk.
He will if we open the door.
We are not doing that. I'm the Chancellor.
Then act like one.
I am. And if you disagree, convene a vote and take my place.
I don't give a damn about the title. I just want to save our people.
So do I.
There are 382 people inside this mountain. If any of them realize you're not one of us, you're dead.
Hey, Maya. You know, I missed you in my expressionist class. Hey, you're bleeding.
See, I told you.
You were exposed. We need to retrace your steps and find the breach.
Tell me Dr. Singh was working alone. We've been bleeding people to stay alive for generations. What we've done is gonna get us out of this prison. How could you not want that for us? Put my father in quarantine.
Yes, Mr. President.
Yes, Mr. President. Do you know what's interesting? I actually think that Cage, he actually looks like, I don't know, I think his face and the way he talks and controls himself and his hair, I feel like he fits whatever role he's got right now. Not like a person that should be in charge and kind of go against the rules and wants to get to the ground. But I don't know, I actually think that man who's cast for that fits that role that he's playing currently really well. And I also think, you know, it doesn't mean, obviously I'm agreeing with Dante, like, killing him is a bad thing, but I said it all the time, like, if I was down there and I was one of them, I would kill the Sky people. I would utilize them as much as I could, and I would use that to get to the ground. I would do, because blatantly what he's just saying is, look, we've been bleeding the Grounders for years, mate, literal years, and now we get a chance to actually bleed somebody else, and you're not going to take it. What the hell? That's pretty much what he said in point blank terms. He's like, look, mate, we bleed thousands of people a day, and now we get somebody that we can actually bleed, and then it works that we can go on the ground. Why are you not taking that opportunity? Why have you decided to get a conscience now? I agree with him in that aspect when you look at it from his point of view. Say, like, if somebody give you $1 million to kill that person and $100 to kill that person, and you had to do one of them, you're going to choose the one that's going to give you the most benefit. Of course you're going to choose the 1 million. Why would you take the 100? You've been taking the 100 for the past 100 years. Do you know what I mean? Now somebody's give you the million, the jackpot, and you're going to go back with what you originally got. I don't know, man. Like, doesn't mean that I like him and what he's doing, but in terms of putting it in simplistic terms, yeah, the difference in taking the Sky People's life to the Grounders is just totally the same to them. One of them gives them extra benefits, so that is the one that they should ideally choose.
Raven, any word from Bellamy?
You should be back by now. They'll be okay.
Jackson found genetic marker anomalies that could only come from someone who was born on the Ark. Bleeding my friends.
Oh, was he the first one that they fixed?
Yes, we do.
Killing him?
Killing him.
Yes, Clark.
Get out of my way, Kane. You are not in charge here.
Are you on a ground unit? My dad's training for a ground unit.
It's pretty cool up there.
Oh, I mean, he's made it to the sky. Guys, dead.
Getting out of here. So pack your stuff.
What are you talking about?
They're just letting us go? Yes.
Well, Bellamy's got some balls doing this, though. It must be well scary. What's happening? Reckon that's Cage? Oh, I seen him. Good, mate. At least he knows that they're trying to get him out. Oh, I got it.
We have to talk fast. Something has changed. Jasper, Monty, everyone. They just locked him in the dorm. There are kids in here. We need a plan that doesn't kill everyone.
You have to figure out a way to free the grounder prisoners. There's a whole army inside that mountain, and they don't even realize it.
It won't be long before they realize I don't belong here, and if that happens...
That can't happen. I'll come up with something.
You gotta create... Yeah, a distraction. That's what it's gotta be. She's getting him, the prisoner. I'm in charge now. That's it. You could see it in her. Like, I'm the boss.
You're coming with me. I'm letting the prisoner go.
Absolutely not. Get the prisoner back to the airlock.
It's not happening, look.
You may be the Chancellor, but I'm in charge.
Yes, Clark. You are in charge.
People could get hurt. Not if you get out of my way.
Stand down.
She's fuming. You can tell she's absolutely fuming.
I have a message for your leader. We're coming for him. You're watching us, but you haven't seen a thing. The grounder army is bigger than you think. Your acid fog can't hurt them. Neither can the Reapers. Let our people go and we'll let you live. It's just that simple. It's an 8-hour walk back to Mount Weather.
Gotta get there quicker.
How am I supposed to deliver your message?
That's your problem.
That's your problem.
Hey, it is his problem, mate. That's really good.
The more they're looking at us, the less they're looking at him.
Hey, that was good, mate. You know, I'm absolutely enjoying Clark's ascent to the top. Now, let's be honest. You may be the Chancellor, but I'm in charge now. Mate, literally, what a burn, mate. She absolutely dominated it there. And this is what I've been saying about people who think they warrant respect / demand it without earning it. You know, like, Abby full-on believes that her way is the right way, which is fair dues, because Clark believes her way is the right way. But the difference is that Clark's got a following with people that stand by her, and, like, she's gathered that over time slowly, because people are ascending to the positions and they gain and earn your respect. And, like, Abby's not done anything to gain anybody's respect. To be honest, she gained being the Chancellor because Jah sacrificed his life up on the Ark and passed it on to Kane, so everybody could live. And then down on the Earth, then Kane passed it on to her, while he went on a mission to save other people's lives. So, like, she was a hand-me-down. It wasn't elect. She didn't win a vote, and she was just passed down. And then when it turned out the people who are actually in those positions, come back into the camp, she was reluctant to hand it over. She arrested Jah and got him locked up. She didn't want to pass it down. That's led him to leave last episode with Murphy and go and look for the City of Light, which I'm excited to see maybe some of that next season or later on in this one. And then, obviously, she's butting and clashing heads with Kane. You know, you seen Kane today. He was talking about the right way. And she was like, mate, if you don't like my decisions and you want to be Chancellor, then do a vote. And he's like, mate, I don't care about no position, I care about what's best and what's going to save our people. She's so focused on that power. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's got and ascended into this role that she believes that everybody should listen to her and she makes the right choice. She said it earlier on in the episode when Clark was nearly shot that, you know, I know what's best for you. You think you know what's best, and Clark thinks she knows what's best as well. So I have no problem in you thinking that, because everybody believes their like thing is the right thing. But the difference between you and Clark, in my opinion, is that when you talk, it is literally just talk. Like, you never do it and you never back it up with an action that's going to justify or improve anything. Well, at least when Clark does something, she has an outcome that she's trying to head towards. You know what I mean? So, example, Clark's freed him today. Well, first of all, she saved his life. I thought Octavia was going to kill him, and I wanted her to up on when they first seen him. And she come riding in, and she's like, no, we can utilise him. We can take him back. He's the only person associated with Mount Weather. We can try and obviously get information. Now, obviously, I believe that was a smart, right thing to do. Fair play to Clark. I would have killed him, but that was clever. Took him back. He wasn't speaking. She was going to go in and she was going to kill him. No, you know, keep that prisoner locked up in there. Okay, we'll keep him locked up, Abby. But what do you want to do then? Are you going to question him? Going to torture him? How are you going to get information out? What's your plan? Where are you going to go from here? You know what I mean? Clark's got one. Going to take him, going to threaten them, going to say, look, mate, you know, give him 6 hours of oxygen instead of 8. He's got to make it back there. We're going to tell them that we're coming for them. We know that they're watching. We've got an army. You think that, you know, how big it is? It's way bigger. You know, the acid fog's not going to help. We've got mechanisms in place, you know, we've planned for that attack. We can still come after you. You know, you've literally got one option. Let our people go and you'll be free, or don't let our people go. We'll come in and kill you. The Grounders and the Sky people were united as one. Go back and tell your people. Now, that's really interesting because she's trying to create a distraction which is going to buy Bellamy time with it inside. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would Mount Weather focus on within when they know that a threat's coming from the external? And I think that's really clever. And this is why when I say that Clark is in charge, it's not because, like, she's the greatest person of all time and she's the best character in the show. But what I'm saying is she's doing constant things and she's making right decisions and she's saying the correct stuff. And I believe that she's gaining people's following because she's always got an end goal / action / outcome that I can see that she's trying to achieve, where Abby doesn't. Abby just talks, and I never see a potential outcome or goal that she wants to achieve, where with Clark currently, I do. This is why I'm on Clark's side, and this is why, like, I feel like she's had a really good season, because at the start, when she was locked up in Mount Weather, I thought she was dead rash and she was acting out, and I thought that she was too obvious and raising eyes on them. And he even said and even Jasper said that the only threat to us right now is you, Clark. You know, you're trying to ruin all this good stuff that we had. Now, I said at the time that Clark's probably right, that hierarchy are probably bad, and it turns out that she was correct. But, like, she was going hardcore, raising eyes and creating suspicion, and you have to do it under the radar. And, you know, ever since then, she's kind of steamrolled into this role, and she's doing really well, and I'm enjoying it. But, like, I'm not saying that, you know, like, Abby's not correct in all of the stuff, but she's trying to dominate, like, she's trying to establish herself in this position of power. But, you know, she's not convincing. She's not convincing. Indra is an intimidating woman, and she's convincing. And I think the commander's done really well, Lexa and Clark. All three of them females, to me, feel like they're in a position of power and strong. Where Abby, she's never actually grasped that, in my opinion. She's just always talking, but never no action. And until she does that, and does something that makes her think, yes, Abby, that's what a leader does, I'm going to be on Clark's side. And, you know, Clark made a big play. After listening to what she was doing, I thought it was the right one, and I'm excited to see, obviously, how they react. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And like I said at the start of the video, if you've not voted for your most likely to dislike characters of this season yet, please do get voting. It takes 30 seconds and your results and mine will be shown in the final episode. So I can't wait to see that. Now, very interesting. I thought Clark strategically was doing well in this episode. I'm really enjoying Bellamy and the fact that Maya saved him. And let's be honest, right? Maya, she's been a great addition to the show, in my opinion. It's really hard to try and bring somebody new in. It is, you know, you've got established characters that we all get behind, and, like, she's come in, she's created a connection and a bond with a couple of them. She's kissed, well, she's kind of like dating Jasper. I'm liking it. He's great. She's decent. Both of them together, good stuff. I like how they went and saved Monty as well. Dante's an interesting one, to be honest. Ever since he's been introduced, even though I've always suspected that the hierarchy of Mount Weather and not to be trusted, I never actually thought that he was a bit of an arsehole, and I actually thought that he was okay. And ever since, you know, like I said, he's been introduced and he's been offered stuff, he's kind of rejected it, and he's kind of been decent. Now, I thought it was interesting that when he did get offered the position to do the bone marrow transfer into his people, that he rejected it. I actually thought that it was surprising to me. but they've gone ahead with it anyway. The Doctor and Cage, they've decided to carry on going through it. And when Jasper did confront it in this episode, he truly didn't know that was actually happening. And he stuck by his word. He went, he got them, he rescued them. He said, look, if you want to go, get your stuff, you can leave. But obviously he's been overruled. I feel like that's the reason why the alarms kind of went off, the doors were shut, and now he's in charge, you know. Or maybe something else caused it. We don't know what it is, but it's good that, like I said, Maya's gone in. She looked a bit scared when they killed that Lovejoy guy, but maybe it's the first time she's actually ever seen like a death physically in front of her, you know. But she's all in. She's committed. Without her help, like I said, they wouldn't have found the place to put the walkie-talkie. They wouldn't have obviously got the alarm to go off. She wouldn't have shown them that they was all in cages. She wouldn't have saved Bellamy. She wouldn't have been giving them the information that they're being watched and used. And I feel like she's been really good. Hopefully she stays in the show after it. Recurring characters, good backup ones, fantastic. They're using Murphy pretty well. Even though I kind of would like him in it a little bit more, but she's a perfect example of how much they use Murphy. They could use her in the season. She doesn't have to leave the show. Like, her death wouldn't be like, yes. It'd be like, do you know what? Why? If that happened, do you know what I mean? Like, if she got killed, I'd be like, oh, why, man? Like, didn't need to happen. I think that, like I said, it'd be good. And she's worked really well. And it was cute that obviously Bellamy actually said that the reason why I know your name is because Clark's been saying that Jasper's been talking about you on the outside, and that was decent. We didn't say anything about Lincoln. You know, he got Bellamy stuck in this sticky situation in today's episode by last episode taking the injection instead of actually going through with the original plan. I'm really liking how Octavia's dressing up more and more like them. Face paint, it looks sick. I say it all the time. I thought she was going to be the first one that transitioned over into being the warrior, and it seems like that is the case as well. And you know, I wish we got more of the story, the progression of Jaha and his way to the City of Light, see if he encounters some more threats, new people. But maybe that's next season's story, or we get it later on in this season. But I thought it was a good episode. Like I've been saying, I thought Clark's thinking really well, strategic and clever. And, you know, if Abby wants to take charge, I have no problem who's in charge. All I want people to do is whoever's in charge to actually stamp it and make the authoritative decisions. And, you know, like, I just want a leader to feel like a leader. And Clark currently is, and Abby currently isn't. And I'll let anyone be in charge, me, literally anyone, as long as I can feel like you warrant and you deserve that position. So if she wants to do it, I'm looking forward to seeing what she has in store for us, because if she thinks that she truly knows what's best to save her people, she needs to get an action, she needs to get a plan, and she needs to put, you know, stuff in place to defend, help, and attack Mount Weather. And that way, she'll look like a true leader with a following behind. Right now, it just looks like Clark's going to be followed by the Mountain Men. by the Grounders and the Sky People. And I feel like currently she's in a position that she's earned it. So I'm excited to see, obviously, how we do finish off this season, because earlier on in the episode, I think Abby was talking to her and she was like, you was nearly shot and you're not even reacting. And, you know, I kind of am in agreement that maybe later on down the line she has some sort of breakdown because of so much pressure and so much that's going on. And she's lost Finn and she's killing people and she's, you know, ascended to being in charge and she's being absolutely savage, which I'm happy about. But a lot of it takes a toll on the mind, and currently we've not seen anything, you know what I mean, not even a mad reaction. We've seen her see Finn, what, like 1 or 2 times, and that's it. I'm expecting a breakdown at some point, but hopefully it doesn't come. So thanks for checking out today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.